Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling. My name is Mike Larkin, and joining me, as always, is the protector, the collector, and still your Max Wrestling International champion, Mr. Robert Davis. How are you, Roberto?
Hello, Mike. It's good to see you back. I see that you found the spare key under the evil doormat. So
that I did. I'm feeling better, and I will. I appreciate it. Thank you both. But I will say this: I haven't felt this bad when I was friggin' back in like middle school and I had a bad stomach ache. And I got to tell you, I felt like Mike Epson next Friday. Your boy had a case of the bubble guts. I got to tell you, some stomach bugs are no joke. But your boy's feeling good. Can't be all over here just having the drizzling shits. But at the end of the day, too, this shit right here is why I love what I do, because this shit is some of the best stuff I do, and this is deep into the heart of wrestling. So I feel
like Mike over here taking a shit.
I'm like Marilyn Manson. I'm like, this is the new shit up in here. And speaking of some good shit, it's such good shit. The one, the only Demoness come to caress, take your soul, put you in a hole. It's the Demoness. How are you, Nicola?
I am the Demoness. Yeah, I'm good. Today's been eventful, I guess, in a way.
It's also like 4 a.m. in the UK right now.
4 a.m. where she is. Yeah, it's almost 5, right? And she's awake.
No, it's almost 4. It's almost 4. Our clocks go back on this Sunday.
Right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, it's almost 4. No, yeah, it's almost 4. But I'm fine. Let's go.
Well, we appreciate it. It shows the overall dedication to the show, and we appreciate any time of the hour that you are here, because it is always a fun time. And speaking of a fun time, we watched back for this edition of Deep Into the Heart of Wrestling. It's the 10-year anniversary of the Laurel Van Ness Braxton Sutter wedding from TNA. Still holds up to this day. So we're going to talk some Chelsea Green, and we're going to talk about the Blade. We're going to talk about Allie, Miss Maria. Before we had Demon Bunny, we did have Miss Maria era of Allie. Well, I will say that
I don't like Miss Maria either. That's what makes this worse.
I think what I do have to start with, because Nicola did want to mention this, and I know you guys did your thing on the last show, which y'all both held it down. It was wonderful. One thing I do have to bring up, because Nicola was not too happy about this, as we did see the Wyatt Six beat the MFTs, and we thought that Uncle Howdy was going to get the lantern back, but no, Tama Tonga took out Uncle Howdy and he took it back. I'm sure we're going to be getting a tag title match very, very soon for that lantern.
MFTs.
Nikki, we love you, but next time, don't give it to Uncle Howdy. Just run with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why did you?
We love you, Uncle Howdy, but she literally had. Yeah, fuck you, Solo. Suck my dick, you.
One.
Yeah. But no, it was so wrong because she was so happy and he was so distracted, and then.
Yeah. I will say this. I mean, that was something that really caught my eye. I mean, this week, all in itself, in the world of wrestling, Oba Femi is going to be challenging Brock Lesnar. Thank God. That powerbomb was sweet. Molly whopped him at WrestleMania. Oba, let's go. We love you, Oba. The other thing I have to.
He looked fucking amazing, and after the way he just stood there, and obviously because a lot of people have pointed out they actually saw Brock tell him to put his foot on him and that, and point at the sign. It was like,
I mean, I'll give Brock.
I was going to give Brock props. Yeah, I was going to say that, props, because he's an arse, and he did that for him. Well, all right, I'll see you.
He did the same thing for Drew with telling him to put the belt over.
Yeah, he did.
And special shout out to Kofi for his tweet after that moment.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Avenge us!
Avenge us! I think you will. I think that was one of the integral parts of Raw, but the one that everybody was talking about. You're old. Bam. That was the big comeback. You called him he's old.
All the things to piss him off. You're old.
You're old.
not the shots about his wife.
Nope.
None of that. Thankfully, they didn't go there about his dog. That might have caused some. Might have gone too far, but yeah, you're old.
You're old.
Yeah, that was a real stupid comeback. After that, you was like, "Come on, you're old."
I mean,
right. So what do we do with that then?
Well, I mean, the plus side is Tommy Dreamer tried to defend it. And I mean, he does have a point. It's like it's wrestling 101. You never want to call your opponent old. And I get where Tommy Dreamer's coming from. Tommy makes a lot of sense. But when you have something open like that, which of course you're not going to mention the dog, but out of everything, you're old is what made him go off the deep end. I thought out of the exchange that these two had, and this is their third exchange promo-wise, I thought this was the weakest of the three. I honestly believe that.
Definitely for sure. But and I get where Tommy was coming from defending that, and that may have worked in like the 80s, 90s, maybe even 2000s. But with how much information that us as fans are accessible to, there's only like a 6-year difference between Roman and Phil. Like,
yes, it's not that big of an age gap.
No, so for him to call him old is just like,
okay,
not that much older than you.
I think with everything that we're going into WrestleMania, I mean, we did see Randy Orton absolutely mollywop Cody Rhodes, making him bleed, the stairs and the chairs and everything. We're going back to 09 Randy.
If Randy comes to SmackDown with the shaved head next week,
we're back. It's over.
Do you know who I think was on the phone, or who I think he was on the phone to? I may be wrong.
The Rock?
Kevin. No.
Kevin Owens.
Kevin. Mm-hmm. Just the thought, by the way he was talking, it just seemed like, I don't know, like a way you talk to him.
Yeah.
And the way he responded, I don't know. Maybe, you know me, I observe sometimes.
It would make sense because I think Kevin Owens got announced for some meet and greets at WrestleMania today.
Yes,
so,
he did.
So and also they both want to kick the shit out of Cody. Go for it.
Don't we all though?
I mean, I understand the way it's working because, I mean, he's the heel, but he's getting feared. But I also think at the end of the day, too, and I have no issue with Cody Rhodes. I really don't ever since his return. But it's 3 years in a row. He got bloodied by The Rock. He got bloodied by John Cena. Now he got bloodied by Randy Orton. If I'm going to say someone who needs to take the L here, it's Cody. He really does. I think Randy getting number 15 has a more synonymous thing, and they could have a good feud for this. You have a lot to work with. His debut match being against Randy, the legacy match with Randy at WrestleMania, his first WrestleMania. So you have a lot to work with. So that could be drawn out for the next few months.
You can just make him say,
Make him say, nah.
Shout out to Bullet Club Cody.
We love us some Bullet Club Cody. I got to tell you something that we did not love, and we'll go here first. Tatum Paxley, we did love, beat Izzy Dame in the steel cage match on NXT this week. That match was awesome. Great. But at the end of the match, at the end of the show, I should say, the little trap door comes up, and it's Blake Monroe, as she drags her down, holds up the women's North American title. So we're getting Tatum and Blake Monroe for Stand and Deliver. Nikla, I see that face of yours. Hit it, man. Hit it.
I said I liked her a week ago. What the fuck? No.
Yeah.
But I thought, no, just didn't know.
No.
Suck my dick, yeet, literally. No. Just no. It was really cool. I actually did it, but that was the only part. But I was like, why have you? If anyone else could have done that shit, it had to be you, didn't it?
Yep.
So, am I happy about it? No.
Dragging her down to hell or something? Is that what we're going for here?
She's the woman for...
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Yeah. The thing, too, is I like the glamour character. I do. I think it's fun. It's cutesy. But if you're going to have her be established as this important force, you have to have it as that she's the one. That side is the better side than the glamour. So I get it, but also at the same time, too, don't do what they did with the women's title. Don't have Tatum lose it this quickly. Please don't. Please don't.
That's why it pissed me off, and that's why I was going, no, because you know how they play this shit, because it's Tony, and he's a total dipshit.
Well, it's not
Tony.
Three. Well, it's not Tony, it's Shawn Michaels, but we'll see. Either way, Tony or Shawn Michaels. No, Tony Khan and Shawn Michaels are on completely opposite sides of the spectrum. Oh, God, imagine friggin'...
Okay, no, of course. No, sorry, my bad. Yeah, just realised what I said. We're not even talking about AEW. I'm so sorry, I flipped off to that. My bad.
I think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. Friggin' Tony. I got the looks.
You know what? It was because I was watching Max before this, and you were talking about Tony Khan, so I think that's probably why as well.
or as we now know him as is the friggin' sit and bounce Tony Khan. Friggin' so excited. This man, All right, we'll bring it up here before I get into the other stuff, before we talk about this amazing segment. The reason why I'm doing that is because Tony has got the giddiness from AEW Revolution. If you saw at the end of FTR versus the Young Bucks, which I enjoyed, FTR retained the tag titles. The CNC Wrestling Factory made their return. Cage and Cope! Adam Copeland and Christian Cage came out and attacked FTR. Then they had the stare down. Then they had the stare down with the Young Bucks. Listen, I know where they're going. Tony, this is not the year 2000. Edge and Christian are older. This is the 2026 version of the Triangle Ladder Match, or TLC, from WrestleMania 16 and SummerSlam 2000. So it's going to probably be Cope and Christian versus the Young Bucks versus FTR, much like we had the Hardys, Edge and Christian, and the Dudleys. The difference is that actually had purpose. This is just redonkulous, and you know Cage and Cope are going to win at AEW Dynasty and win the tag titles for the nostalgia. But honestly, in 2026, with how they are now and how their necks have been, and Christian having the concussion protocol, I really don't want to see a triple threat with these three. I'm sorry. And I like the Bucks. I've always liked the Young Bucks. I like FTR ever since they're running NXT. But this, I'm not really down with it because you cannot outdo the traditional Hardys, Edge and Christian, and the Dudleys. Rob, what are your thoughts?
I don't want to see it either, but I just really want them to hit the reset button on the tag division. And
God. The FTR title run has absolutely sucked so bad.
Yeah, a heel FTR run does not hit the same.
That's a babyface run.
Yeah, and I think this was a perfect opportunity to hit the reset button, but they didn't.
No,
because the man wants Edge and Christian to have the titles, which is fine. If you're gonna put the titles on them, let's get it over with. Because I know they're going to be calling it quits soon, and I'm sure they want to get one more run before they, right off into the sunset.
Cage and Cope, baby. Cage and Cope. I can't cope with that. No can do, to add a little spin on Hall & Oates. The other thing that did happen, the mild boos from the California crowd. So Toni Storm and Marina Shafir had their match. Toni Storm won.
Yeah.
Toni Storm is laid out there doing her thing like she does on the ramp. Then fucking Ronda Rousey comes out, takes off the jacket, does this, and Tony's like, okay, power walks. We have the exchange. Marina Shafir takes a shot, and we saw on Dynamite this week that she got taken out in the back. For the love of God, I do not want to see Ronda Rousey and Marina Shafir against the Timeless Love Bombs at AEW Dynasty. I have no desire to see that. I don't care if she's going to promote the fight with Gina Carano. This is the same woman that said that she hates wrestling, but all of a sudden here we are. I think this is also a take of she doesn't like TKO and the UFC and the pay and stuff, so she's going over to the competition that is AEW, while also at the same time she gets to work with one of her dear friends in Marina Shafir, which I totally get that part. But I do not want to see Ronda Rousey in AEW. I know Tony Khan said the door is always open for Ronda, but no, this did not have me excited for a Ronda Rousey Toni Storm match in any sort. Rob, your thoughts?
Well, it got announced today. Tony is actually injured, and
she did.
The injury is very severe, and she's going to be out for a bit. So,
okay. Scratch that.
We aren't going to be seeing that anytime soon. And whatever is wrong with Tony, hopefully it's nothing too serious. Get well soon. You should have watched for the shoe.
Yeah.
But nobody, and I mean nobody that I know, us three included, wants to see Ronda Rousey in an AEW wrestling ring.
I mean, she appeared once with Marina. She appeared once with Marina against Athena and Billy Starks on the Ring of Honor side. That was it.
And that was fine. That was actually a good match. But
no.
As a full-time, part-time, anytime worker in AEW, no.
Her second run in WWE, the first run was great. The first one was great. Second run, not so much. Like her first run, because she was hot and it was peak, and it kind of also took away from the Oscar Royal Rumble win in 2018. But it was a big deal when she came back, much like in 2015 when her and The Rock were at WrestleMania 31 with Triple H and Stephanie. Now, then she came back in 2022 and won the Royal Rumble. It's like, what? And then she had the feud with Charlotte, Liv Morgan, Shotzi, and her and Shayna got the tag titles. And then they had that final match that people didn't like because they didn't understand the MMA rules, which, whatever. But still, I have always said this, Shayna, out of the four of them, is the best. Like, honestly. And I got no heat with Marina anymore, but out of the four of them, Shane is the best. I think you guys can agree with me on that. Like Shane, NXT Ron Hall.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Now,
you don't know me.
You do know me.
I wasn't happy when she came. I just sat there and then I just loved the power walk that Tony just got up and just started like power walking down towards her.
She was like, okay, sure, whatever.
I was just like, it's just the way she just got back up and went, fuck it. That is like the best power walk I've ever seen as well. She's like just taking a beating. She's like, fuck it. Let's go. And then that happened. No, fuck off, Ronda. No one wants to see you. No, fuck my dick, yeet.
I think that's like 4. I'll have the counter on here. My thing too is like
I look at loads of the last show, but I kind of did them all at the beginning there when we got to get done with Baroque going. How long was it since you said that? And I was like, oh yeah, all right, suck with it.
I noticed. I laughed at how many times you said that in the last show. Go back and watch it, guys. But no, it's Ronda Rousey in wrestling in 2026. I don't need Gina Carano do the fight, then kick rocks. I mean, she's doing it for Jake Paul and MVP's promotion, but God damn it. Or as I now like to call Jake Paul, Sweaty Pits Paul, after that friggin' Trump speech. Jesus, good God almighty.
Kick rocks. I love that saying. So yeah, go fucking kick rocks, you toss pot. No, fuck off. Suck my dick, you.
Well,
Minnesota.
You did say you were going to kick out the S70Y.
Yeah, that is true.
I have to. If we can't have a show about at least 4.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
My Indiana Granny. Hey, Mom. Hello.
Hope you're well.
Hope you're well, love.
Yeah, she's all good. She's just, Mother's Day, and then it's her birthday next week. So, yeah. And it's the reason we're going out later on. Or later.
A few hours from now.
Yeah. Now, I have to bring up. There was a tag title change. Did you guys like Megan Bayne and Lena Cross winning the titles after the injury to Willow? Or Anne?
Personally, I was okay with it.
Yeah, it was all right. Nico,
I'm not sure really, because I always think it's a hard. She had to do 2 matches, and then she was injured in the first one. So it kind of gives it a bit more. Like I guarantee she was more pissed, because if she'd been fully like just doing the match normally, about the other one, pulling double is probably a hard thing to do. So I'm okay with it, but I feel bad about it at the same time. For Willow, if you know what I mean. Obviously, she was already injured from the first one, so.
I got something to say. Does Wayne Brady have to slap a bitch? Wayne Brady slapped Shane Taylor, and then Big Justice speared Shane Taylor. Oh my God!
Yeah. Right. Have you heard the story about Cross recently? I don't know if this is true. That he was having a fight in the ring, and the dude actually knocked Scarlett down, and Cross lost his fucking shit.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that report. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, he was holding back, because if that was anyone else, fuck no. You could tell he was holding back, because it's like, that's my actual wife who just knocked out. Work or not.
I didn't see that, so I'm gonna go look for that after we finish.
Yeah, why would you want to piss off Killer Cross? Come
on.
That's Scarlett, really? Yep. You're gonna knock her out and think you're not playing with that face? Really? Oh dear. You just unleashed hell, Sunshine. Yeah, you did. We know.
Cross is gonna kill you.
Speaking of Sunshine, I have to mention it since you said that. Let me tell you something, Sunshine. William Regal and Finlay, the birthright on NXT. Rob, we talked about this last episode. What'd you think?
William Regal on my TV?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
What about Fit?
Here or there, but I think that'll be good too. I think that'll help these people.
Look, and it's not like we hate it, but it's like I like Uriah Connors, I like Lexis King, I like Charlie Dempsey. They're doing something with them is cool. Stax is just there because he's a bound chicka wow wow with Ariana Grace, but they at least have something for him. Luca Crucifino, who was with the Don and the Consigliere. This man is a raver now, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up with that?
He's plure. He's about he's about peace, love, unity, and respect. He's all about that plure life.
Ew.
Such a shifting character, though.
He went from the consigliere, which in a way is a representation of him, because the man is in law school. Like he's getting a degree, or if he doesn't have it already, he went from the consigliere to, yeah, man, I'm taking over Evolve. Peace, love, unity, and respect. Like he went from that to Raver.
You can't get that from demoness evil to then just pure normal me. Like out of all it. No.
It reminds me of when you had.
It was weird everyone out. I'll stop being nice to people. It'd weird everybody out. They were like, what? Huh?
It reminds me of NXT when Leo Kruger went to Adam Rose. And it was like, wait a minute, you had this character, and now all of a sudden he's Russell Brand on steroids. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Russell Brand on steroids.
That's the perfect comparison.
Russell Brand.
They brought him up so quickly too with Adam Rose, and it's like you didn't even let this character breathe and get some light into Full Sail, and he's already on the main roster. That's what killed him, because it's like you called him up too quickly. It's like when they did No Way Jose, no way Jose, no way Jose. It's like you called him up too quickly. It's like that was a problem.
Great character in NXT, but once he got to the main roster, it was forget about it.
And I got to tell you, even his feud with Austin Aries, watching Austin Aries dance to No Way Jose before he killed him and his Austin Aries and his suck my dick. Yeet.
That man can go and no, fuck off.
There's banana in his pocket.
Yeah, do it. No, yeet.
I'm probably, we might have to rewatch that match from Bound for Glory. Friggin' Johnny friggin' Impact against Austin Aries. Austin Aries fucking no-selling that man on the way out. You fucking dickhead.
He just gets
up and leaves.
That reminded me of like basically when the kids are young, they're having tantrums on the floor and they just stampeded out. Like, I'm going to throw myself on the floor. You know, like when we didn't used to call people Karens, and now we all do. That's what it reminds me of, the male version of Karen or whatever it is. There's so many names for it now. I got confused because I've heard Kevin, Dave, and that's the only other two I know.
Well, my thing too is I also look at it like this, because we talk.
Yeah, my bad.
No, you're fine. This is what we do. Another thing that came to my mind is we did mention the returns with AEW and a lot of these people being on our television and new storylines and scenarios. The Bruv Man came back. We can rebuild him. And he came out with his tattoos and beat the crap out of Jon Moxley. I don't know how I feel about the Death Riders, because here's my thing about Tony. The problem is we have two sides of the coin here. Jon Moxley was a babyface while the other members were heels, while they're feuding with the Don Callis family. Now Will Ospreay is back, and Jon Moxley is a heel over here feuding with Will Ospreay, while he's a babyface over here feuding with the Don Callis family, and it absolutely makes no fucking sense. Rob, do you see this fucking conundrum and thing that we're in right now? We're in two fucking separate feuds, man.
This is the perfect opportunity to kind of take this, what we've got going here.
Stop it.
Titties.
No. Titties.
To take these two things that we have and kind of put them together. That way we have Jon Moxley just being a heel. Just let him be a heel. Let Death Riders be a heel stable.
Well, that's what they need, because it's better as a heel tandem. I thought when they turned babyface for that Don Callis feud, it made no sense. And now that was my issue when they turned him face. I'm like, Will Ospreay's got to come back, and he's got to be the heel in this. So having them go face for like a small period of time, a smidge, if you will, made no sense.
I don't think anybody, and myself included, expect the Bruv Man to come back this quick.
Six months
off of a double fusion neck surgery.
Mm-hmm.
That's some Wolverine shit there, brother.
Yep.
And he was literally dropped on his neck straight away.
All right.
He was.
But I will admit, though, I'm definitely Team Bruv, because when he came out, I actually sat there and went, oh, fuck. And his promo being like, I'm Wolverine. Even to be like kind of dressed like him as well made it even more funnier. Because I was like, oh, all right. God, let's go, bro.
And the fact that we're setting up for Ospreay versus Hawk, I'm okay with that.
I have an issue. So you made him wrestle.
He's gonna get his ass hump out in a minute.
They made him. They made him wrestle on Dynamite because Tony can't help himself, and they put him in the goddamn ring with the goddamn Ella baby. And I'm going to say this. Who the fuck is Kyle? This man in our Discord chat was
fucking Kyle.
Fuck you, Kyle. This man was jizzing his pants. Oh, boys, we're going to be cooking tonight with this one. I'm Kyle. Fucking, he's a vanilla baby. It's Danny Bonaducci if you put him in the dryer. He's teaming with Lee Johnson. They're the swirl. I feel like I'm at like Carvel or Dairy Queen or some shit. What in the actual fuck? And they gave this match time. Look, it was fine. But you don't have to give Blake Christian 20 minutes and then he's friggin' taking these moves. He's taking a DDT. It was fine for what it was, but he didn't need to come back and wrestle already. But Tony's like, what did you think about Vanilla Baby and his douchebaggery against Will Ospreay?
I thought it was the perfect opponent to try him with. I know Blake is usually regarded as one of the safer people to work with.
And he's a good wrestler, yes.
He is a good wrestler. Just
the name sucks.
There was way too much neck movement for a first match. DDTs here, getting dropped on the neck here, and it's just like,
no.
You could have dialed it back a little bit there, bro.
But one thing I have to mention, lastly, with two things with AEW, and then we will go to talking about the TNA matchup. I got to mention it because Finger in the Hole, a.k.a. Finger Popping His Asshole Ricochet, lost his national championship to Jack Perry, and then he got into hot water because he's a fucking asshole. His apology was very... The best way I can describe his apology for this was like, okay, Tony probably told him or the legal team told him to say something. I know from what Sean Rossap is saying, one of his friends told him to say it. I don't believe it because of the fact that I think it's a mixture of it's his heel heat coming out, but also at the same time, too, it's kind of who the real person is. And I'm going to say this right now. Number one, don't be sending these people death threats, especially the wife, because Samantha Irvin did not do that.
No.
Ridiculous. But also, number two, Ricochet, you're an asshole. You're a fucking asshole. So here's the asshole post that Ricochet posted that got him into a lot of hot water. So this is Sandy T. Now, Sandy T is in her bio here, says that she loves her Winnipeg Blue Bombers, trying not to let my MS control my life. Multiple sclerosis. Now, I know someone who's had it. I'm sure you all have had it. It is not fun. It is absolutely, definitely something not to be made fun of or play with because it's a very serious condition. And this diphthong wrote under it after she wrote, his acting hasn't improved, having fun, doing what we fans do. And Ricochet had the audacity to go, I'm glad you got MS. And she responded back with, well, if that makes you happy, have a great life, ... Brother, you did not need to say that. That was just uncalled for. That was over the line. Rob, your thoughts on diphthong here with I'm glad you got MS?
This is a tough one because since the whole thing of social media and wrestlers being more accessible to us as fans, we see a lot of interactions, and a lot of them, and I mean a lot of them, are just really bad. And people right away went to MJF. MJF has said some nefarious shit.
Oh yeah,
on social media, and he got nowhere near the backlash Ricochet got for this. And people arguing the fact, well, MJF's more valuable than Ricochet. I mean, regardless, at the end of the day, there's a line. And while I think that line does get crossed sometimes, I think there needs to be a more defined line because we don't necessarily know where it's at half the time. For Ricochet and Samantha to be getting death threats,
no,
and they seem to have ramped up quite a bit over something that was said online is really just fucking out of my mind wild. It's social media. It's not real. None of this is real. I'm not real. Demoness, though, very real.
Now, Nicola, we got to get your thoughts on this. And what are your thoughts on his comment and then the half-assed apology?
There's a time. This is the thing. It's the era of social media, so people do say shit. We've all done it, but this. All right, no death threats at the end of the day. That's a big no-no, and don't get his wife involved. He's the one that made the comment. Go after him, but even then, death threats is a no-no. Ricochet needs to just learn to keep his mouth shut and not open it half the time. Because this is quite disgusting and horrible. Because what, she had an opinion. No. Ricochet's a piece of shit. He shouldn't have said nothing.
My thing too is they also kind of compared it to the Trey Miguel thing. It's like Trey Miguel said one thing here, you fire him, and Ricochet. Let's see if they do anything of this. Rob, do you see like a suspension or anything coming from this, or you think it's just going to be brushed under the rug?
They're probably going to take him off the TV for a while. I can definitely see that. But to your point, people are even pointing at Ronda, like the shit that Ronda said those years ago.
Yeah.
But, Trey gets fired immediately. MJF says the shit that he does, but people are calling for Ricochet to be fired and killed, apparently. That's
wrong.
That's goes back to originally what I said, where's the line? Because we need to define it a little bit better here.
I did see them politicizing, to go into your point, because you said something great here. They politicize Ronda, which definitely so, because 10 years you don't give an apology for being a Sandy Hook denier, which it goes back to that dipshit Alex Jones, who should just not have a platform and he can fuck right off. But anybody who is a denier, anybody who is a Sandy Hook denier of a school shooting that was one of the most tragic school shootings in this country's history is absolutely ridiculous. You had elementary school kids get killed. You had children get killed, and you want to be a Sandy Hook denier? Fuck right off. And also the fact that she's transphobic and all this and all that, but you fired Trey Miguel. That's what I'm saying. Like, come the fuck on here with these people.
One set of rules for one, another set for another.
Yep. But yeah, it's the way the social media works, my friends, and it's just
not just social media, it's everywhere. It's everything.
It's anything.
Also, side note, I'm going to address it here. Ricochet, there is only one kingpin, and it is not you.
Light-skinned kingpin, my ass.
No. Our kingpin is a totally different person.
Shout out to the doctor. We love you, Amir. Shout out to the doctor.
I think he's still buried in your yard, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He's still buried in your yard, isn't he?
He's still buried in the yard. Speaking of people who should be buried, we will go to this before we talk about this. Before we talk about this amazing segment with Chelsea Green and Laurel Van Ness and Braxton Sutter. All right, we posted this in the group. We have two things to play from Brian Alvarez. He had a lot of things to say about the Texas Death Match. I'm going to play this one first, and then I'll play the second one that got us all heated. So here is Brian Alvarez talking about the aftermath of MJF and Hangman Adam Page in the Texas Death Match.
MJF won, which would be fine, whatever, except the stipulation is if Hangman loses, he can never challenge for the title again. Now, I've heard it all. It's just one stip. He just gave his word. It wasn't an official stipulation, all this and that. Guys, the stipulation they advertise and push throughout this match is if he loses, he can never challenge for the title again. Option number one, at some point, he challenges for the title again. And for the first time since their inception, they're going to promise a stipulation and they're going to break it. Once you do that, your whole promotion is bullshit. People are going to argue that, but you know what? All I hear from people is, oh, all you want is recaps, and this is, we don't want this to be WWE, blah, blah. Hey, listen, you don't want it to be WWE, this stip can never be broken. Because as soon as you break this stip, you're just bullshit WWE again. You're going to make a stipulation that you're later going to break. Hangman Page, guys, is 34 years old. So, if he's never in the world title picture again, that's a disaster. I was in the middle of watching what I thought was the best AEW pay-per-view I've ever seen, and it ends with Tony doing something that is it's so stupid. I can't even fathom why you would do this. You're either going to, after all these years, just become another bull pro wrestling promotion that breaks your stips, or Hangman Page is never going to be in your title picture again. There is no third option, everybody. There's no third option. So, when this was over, it was just too violent, you're turning off fans. Too long, you're turning off fans. Stupid booking decision in the main event, which has no positive to it. There's no positive to this. So I ended the show on a real lousy note.
All right, so we'll go to this one next because this was the one that really got into it.
Not like this match. I was actually really enjoying it for about 20 minutes, but by the time it was over, it was just like, I hated it. They did the syringe in the cheek. We had the barbed wire. We had the broken glass. We had barbed wire. We had light tubes. We had a spot where they both got thrown off the stage through like landmine. This was way too much. This was like when you have all of the crazy we've ever seen in AEW, and then it's like, we got to find a way to make it 2 times crazy. Let's go 2 times crazier than anything you've ever done. For 45 minutes, 3 hours and 40 minutes into the show, and I was just like, when it was over, I was like so down on this when it was over, because it just feels like they feel like they're as hot as they have been in years. And I just feel like Tony's always like right there, man. He's right on the cusp, and then he just can't help himself. Let's go till 12:30 on a work night and a school night with this ultra-violent that even Paul Heyman would be like, whoa, brother, pump the brakes, dude. This is way too crazy.
Okay, so
that highly doubt that. But
so that was Brian Alvarez's thoughts. Rob, I'll let you go first, and then I'll chime in. Yeah, my dude.
Oh boy, yeah, we did talk about this earlier. Just say you don't like death matches. It's fine. It's not for everybody. There is an audience for that. That audience knows who they are. They know what they like. It's not for everybody. It's not meant to be for everybody. You either like it or you don't. Just say you don't like it. It's cool. It's not a problem. He does have some points about the stipulation.
Yes.
I do hope that they don't break the stipulation. But as much as I thought it was kind of a ridiculous kind of stipulation, because Hangman is a main event player, whether you think so or not, he's a 2-time champion. He's held that belt already 2 times. He's been one of the main focal points of AEW for a long time now. And the fact that he cannot, vie for this title anymore is a bit of a problem. But that doesn't automatically mean there's no way around it. There's always been talk about a brand split. The stipulation was that he cannot challenge for the AEW world title anymore. If they do a brand split for whatever fucking reason that they do, they can call the world title there something else. He can challenge for that title. Problem solved. Are they going to go that route? Don't know. But there's definitely ways around this. I mean, I've heard some of the most ridiculous shit since Sunday. Hangman's going to NXT. He's doing this. He's doing that. Just fucking shut up and let it cook. Let it play out. We were talking about this in the TSK chat, and we're hoping that the best case scenario is to keep Hangman off TV for a while. He got basically murdered. Hangman died that day. And whether he comes back as another character, the Hangman Taker, whatever, there's going to be ways around this. So we just have to, as much as I hate to say this because it's cliche and I hate when other people do it, we just have to wait and see. That's it.
I hate that catchphrase.
I've always looked at it from a standpoint like this. I said it so eloquently in our group. Look, am I the biggest fan of death matches? Not really. I'm more of a technical lucha guy, but I understand the assignment and the concept. I'll tell you, one of my favorite Texas death matches was Chris Harris and James Storm from TNA in 2007. I've always loved Randy Orton and Cactus Jack in the hardcore match from Backlash 04. Yep. I've always loved, even if you go back to Shawn and Triple H and Unsanctioned, or Cactus and Funk, or Terry Funk friggin' and Tommy Dreamer against Mick Foley and Edge from One Night Stand 2006 was nuts.
I'm even going to bring it up because me and our very own DC watched this match 4 times. Yes. Nick Gage and Matt Cardona.
I enjoyed that too. I actually really did like that one. I thought that was cool. Like the whole entire story built around that was fun. Like,
what the fuck was with the syringes, by the way? I know the death match and all that. Holy shit. Even I froze on that one. I was like, oh.
that was
MJF, you are taking this shit. Work like I like all that stuff, but even I sat there going, "All right, this is a little too far."
no. That's my thing. Like, I don't need
I'm not.
what's the hell's the thing that they put on his head? The things like the fucking
The skewers.
It reminds me of fucking dumbass Masada when he used to do that in his match. Dumbass who fucking sat himself on. Friggin' not even Masada. He friggin' set himself on fire. I'm like, dumbass, if you don't know how to work with fire, then don't fucking do the spot. Reminds me of fucking Joey Janela setting his fucking foot on fire, you dumbass. And it's one of those and it's one of those things too where I look at stuff like that. Like the syringe, I could do without the syringe, I'll be honest. But I understood what they were doing.
Just the way his mouth was wide open, just saw it come out the other side, and I was just like, "Holy fuck!" Okay.
And the thing too is, I always go back to I always go back to the point where I'm just like, I understand the assignment. I understand what they're doing. He even said, like, I'm not going to do that indie bullshit, which I thought was funny with the glass and everything. But it's a death match. I know what I'm getting. I know what's going to be in there. So with Brian talking about it being too violent, it's like, dude, I know what I'm getting. Like, we all know what we're getting with this. And this is to finish the story of the MJF Hangman Adam Page thing. They're doing the stuff like they did with Cody. Do I want to see where they go from it? Sure. But at the end of the day, too, he's not going anywhere. He's going to stay in the company. If they want, which I think they're going to build to, you can have Will Ospreay win the Owen Hart Cup tournament. You can have him go against MJF. Will Ospreay take the title, and then you could have Hangman Page and have them run that back and do Ospreay and Page. So there's many different ways to work around it. So it's not wait and see. It's more just like let it play out. There's ways to do it. Tell a fucking story, and let's go.
Yep, exactly.
Nicola, you want to add anything else there, Miss Amas, too, with the syringe?
I love death matches. I like all of that. We all know this. I love blood, guts, gore, all of it. But even for me to say, all right, that was a bit ouches, but it was still fucking good. Off the charts. It was absolute great. But there were a lot of parts that I was going, like, winching, but at the same time going, oh, yeah, it was kind of like a, oh, look, he just got stabbed in the head, but okay, I'm going to go, ha. But at the same time, ouch.
Last thing I'll mention, Darby Allin and Gabe Kidd in the coffin match on AEW. Yeah.
Yeah. That was something.
Yeah, it was.
Something. That was amusing.
Yeah. Okay.
I've got nothing to say on it this time.
No. I mean, what can you say?
All right, sure. I just want. All right, I'm going to say something. I just want this fucking feud to end. The Dogs against Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin, and Roddy. That match could have been on a Dynamite, by the way. Tommaso Ciampa, ever since coming to this company, they friggin' again. I mentioned it on Max. Tony Khan is a premature ejaculator. Like literally, he friggin' just rushed that, and he's rushing David Finlay, and I like David Finlay. I do. But he rushes the shit out of this, and it's like, my God, man, don't go to the fucking dream matches and all this already. Like, do you feel like he's rushing the fucking Dogs, bro? Like, and it's just it's like whatever. It doesn't have anything that makes me go, ooh, it's just whatever. Yeah, I'm sorry, Rob.
So, it's funny that you brought up Ciampa because I was scrolling before we got on, and I saw that he's wrestling Leo Rush on Collision, and it seems that Leo Rush is bringing the Blackheart character.
Yeah, with his zombie self.
Yeah, and I'm kind of all for that. I always enjoyed his Blackheart character.
Can we do?
We kind of get this Blackheart versus Blackheart thing.
Well, what the hell are we doing with Action Andretti now? Is he going to go back to hydration? What the hell is that?
Action who?
Action Andretti. Yeah.
I'm like, who?
Exactly.
Is there a fucking owl in here? What?
He just rushes the fucking shit out of everything. He makes me itch. Tony Khan literally makes me itch. In a way, I'm kind of glad I was sick. I didn't have to do Revolution. I didn't get to use this because a lot of that could have just been spared. It went to 12:30 here. It was late as fuck. Good God. Yeah, that's what I got to say about that.
Yeah, and if they could dial back the matches just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Well, he has the new Japan. He books it like fucking Wrestle Kingdom, and you can't fucking do that all the time. On a Sunday when people have to go to work shit the next day. And All or Nothing is All or Nothing. Excuse me, Double or Nothing is going to be on a Sunday this time. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell, man? Do it Saturday. Saturday afternoon, something. Oh.
Well, always late for me, whatever way it turns round. So,
I
you
know.
know, unless it is the UK anyway, which, other than that,
I'm sorry
sometimes I'm like,
and I'm sorry for complaining, but it's the fact of the matter is, and I do
you're
not
not
hate.
complaining. You're telling me how it is. What are you on about?
I know. I'm just saying. I hate to be like that guy, but I'm just like when you got someone who is just so giddy, just so masturbatory when it comes to his own overmind mindset. It just is something that I'm just like, yeah, because you got Triple H. It's like that booking that they did on Instagram, comparing Triple H and friggin' the run-ins and what Triple H wants to do to tell the story, and then you got Tony Khan like, what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to have a friggin' syringe in his mouth, and then we're going to do this, and then maybe we're going to put him through some glass, and then maybe we'll do this. And Triple H is like, yeah, so we're going to have a run-in, and we're going to tell this story. You got the big lights. There's two different ways of mindsets of how Triple H and Tony Khan book.
We're going to get a bunch of guys in ski masks, and they're going to have a mosh pit in the ring.
Yeah.
Can they stop doing that now? I know we're glad Steph's back, but seriously, the fucking... Didn't someone point out, because, that one must be Obi Femi running around?
No, shut up.
That wasn't me that said it. I was like, someone else said it. Wasn't me.
Not you. I'm talking about people, not you.
People, shut up.
They were like, oh, the bigger one is Obi Femi. It was like, no, it's fucking not. For one, if it was, he'd have to have a lot more layers on than that. He'd need a bigger fucking coat for a start. Because he's all muscle is what I meant, not that. Whatever, you knew what I meant. We love Obi Femi.
Fucking stupid people, man. Just stupid people.
This is not. Mike's had enough today because of these kind of
I hate fucking social media. I hate
Fuck my dick.
Yeet. I hate the social media people. I hate the IWC. I hate the whiners. I hate a lot of these people, and it just makes me upset.
No, yeah. We just hate people.
We hate people.
We hate people.
People we don't hate. We'll get into the topic of today's show. Thank you for listening to our So, with the world in wrestling, some of the great things that we get in wrestling a lot is the weddings. And we just watched the Laurel Van Ness Braxton Sutter wedding. For a lot of people, you don't even realize like this character only lasted a year in TNA. I mean, I was happy to see Chelsea Green get signed at the time because she had a little bit of a tough break. I mean, she did that Brie Bella, Daniel Bryan sleeping with me, I'm the therapist, but she's really not. And then you had the Tough Enough that she was on with the Velveteen Dream and all these people. And then she gets released. And then she goes to TNA. She's a part of the Lady Squad with Miss Maria Kanellis, Sienna, who at the time was coming off that god-awful gimmick being the cousin of KM, Kevin Matthews. Are you calling me a liar? Like he's freaking Biff Tannen from...
I remember that.
And it was just going nowhere, so they put Sienna with Maria. Perfect fit. Allie at the time... I'm Allie! And first of all, the comparison, hi, I'm Allie, to hi, I'm Allie, with the friggin' blood coming out with Rosemary. The attention to detail was great. I'm sorry, but that was fantastic. You see the beginnings and the origins of this character, and she's the apprentice for Maria, and she is just absolutely bad at what she does. She can't wrestle, and the problem that really started it was she won the Knockouts title in a match, and Maria got pissed and made her lay down so she could win the Knockouts title. And it was this whole big thing. And then Braxton Sutter comes in because he's helping train her to be a better wrestler because her gimmick was she couldn't wrestle. But in actuality, she's a really, 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 really good wrestler. And then that led to her liking each other. Maria's like, you're going to go with Laurel Van Ness. Fuck Allie and fuck everything she stands for. And that's what led to this wedding. And I didn't even need the inhaler for that. But with that being said, I will start with the women on this. Your thoughts on Chelsea Green's sign, the origins of Laurel Van Ness being this rich girl, daddy's type of girl character.
Oh, this is going to go bad because we know I feel about these kind of people in reality, so this could be bad.
And the formation of Allie. I'm Allie, Miss Maria.
See, so for me, obviously, I looked here that Allie was being sweet, as I like to call, so like she was all Miss Maria, like how Rockstar Spud was with Dixie Carter. Basically, Allie was identical to Maria.
That's a great comparison.
But the thing was, I obviously love Spud, but I also loved that. But I actually, Ali is very good at convincing, like pulling you into the scenario. So even with this, we're all like, yeah, go to Ali, go to Ali. But and also we love Ali in reality and loving what she's doing right now. Yay, by the way, just wanted to say that. Wish better Rosemary now.
No, I'm right there with you. I remember seeing her work as Cherry Bomb at the time, of course.
Yeah, exactly. And then with Rosemary. But what was I saying? As for Laurel, I hate the whole, well, I'll buy you new suits and I'll buy you a car and Daddy's got money. My mindset to that was, will you shut the fuck up and fuck off? And Braxton walked that way. But he was the whole time, but that's a gimmick. And Lauren can pull off absolutely any gimmick she tries.
Somebody she does. Here's the thing. I was so pissed at WWE for letting her go because she had potential, of course, being trained by Lance Storm. But my thing with her is like you didn't realize the depth of her character, and she made pretty much. If I could equate what Laurel Van Ness' character was, think of Tiffany Stratton's early days in NXT when she was the daddy's girl on the tennis court and all that. It's like early Tiffany Stratton from NXT 2.0.
It's the daddy's girl thing. It's the fact that it was like, oh yeah, daddy will do. And my brain set, even then watching it, was, I'm going to slap you. You say that one more time.
It's like Alicia Silverstone and Clueless. Friggin' with
yeah. But I didn't want to slap her. She looked cute, but Laura, she's good. Chelsea Green is amazing at adapting to that kind of scenario, and like crying in the background on the floor, bashing McKay and drinking a bottle of champagne. But as for Maria, fuck right off. No.
So this was at the time when her and Mike Bennett were like the big thing in TNA. They just debuted like a few months
in.
The Miracle, Mike Bennett.
Yes, he couldn't even walk up the stairs in that.
That was great. The bachelor party, he got so drunk and it led to this segment. Man.
The 2 bottles, one in each hand, staggering up to fucking oil.
And we just say, I totally forgot this, and I hated it when they tried. He tried, but it didn't work. Hi, Spud. Aaron Rex is Liberace with Rockstar Spud. Rockstar Spud looked like Mr. McFeely from fucking Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood with that fucking hat. Sweet.
He was meant to be Parker from Thunderbirds. Think about the suit, yeah. I know. He was meant to be fun. Because as soon as he came out in the hat, I was like, fuck no. And he's Lady Penelope standing beside him.
Hi, Spud.
I didn't even.
Rob, I'll let you comment first on the Aaron Rex portion with Rockstar Spud with the Liberace character.
Boy, I remember watching this some years ago and just being really confused about that. And watching it now, not much has changed.
No. They tried to make them.
When they come out, I was like, who the fuck's this guy? With Spud, because I still didn't know who was then. I didn't recognize him.
The former Damian Sandow, Aaron Rex, had won the grand title. He turned heel, and then they went nowhere with him. And then all of a sudden, hi, Spud. And I'm just like, what? Like, you went friggin' left field with that, bud. Like, it went nowhere. And then he was fired shortly after this. The fact that Robbie E came out and took out Mike Bennett during this made me laugh. Because and Brooke Tessmacher was great. I thought that was fantastic. I think, weren't they on The Amazing Race together at the time, if I remember correctly? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Like, this whole thing was so well done. Like, you have them wrestle each other, and the whole big part about it was Laurel gets the win because Allie sucked, but then she beats her again, and it's like, how the hell did she learn how to wrestle? Braxton Sutter. And they added that nice little element to it, so I will ask you to start with Nicola McDonald on this, because you got a lot to say about Miss Maria and Allie and Braxton Sutter and everything that went into that. Your thoughts on how we got from the training of her getting better with Braxton, and Maria's just like, no, Laurel Van Ness, you're going with her, or else I'm going to fire Allie.
I hated that storyline, I really did. And it's the way Maria talks. And I've obviously seen her since then, and she doesn't as bad as she did in TNA. But it's like when she's screaming, barking orders, and like, you're doing this, you're doing that. Every ounce of me was like, even back then watching it, I was like, Ali, please, just slap her. Because obviously we knew she's Terry Bones. It was like, please. But I did love the story of how they built it up to Maria's telling you you're not. She was like the worst bitch boss Karen ever.
All well, speaking of Karen, who was worse, Maria, Karen Jarrett, or She Screams Louder Than I Fart?
Jesus.
Oh, fuck me. They're all like big boss Karens, all of them at once. That's like mega Pota, that is.
Well, this is the one time we'll give Madison Rain credit. This is because the one time you give her credit, because she was on the creative team for this. So Madison Rain.
All right, well, you'll get one.
You get one. I'll get one.
Everybody gets one.
You'll get one.
On a sidebar.
I just hated her. I hated Maria. It's the voice. Didn't you hear me when she first talks? And I went, oh shit, she's too fucking loud. So I turned my speaker down.
My name is Maria Kanellis Bennett, and I am the first lady of professional wrestling. No, you're not.
I did smile. Yeah, no, I did smile when she's running up the ramp though afterwards. And her hair, she's putting it in out, and I was just like, but it's the way she talked to Ali, just reminded me like the worst boss in the world that you just want to just throw in a lake. Yeah, or smack or throw in a lake, one or two.
Yeah. Now, on a side note,
you sound like you have some experience with that.
Yeah,
throwing somebody in there. How many bosses are in your lake? All of them.
So I do have to bring this up to attention because we mentioned Madison Rain being in creative. This was also when Christy Hemme wasn't part of creative before that. So that worked perfectly. So you go from Christy Hemme to Madison Rain, and now Candice Michelle, out of the most random signing in TNA as a part of that creative team and working behind the scenes with the girls. Do you like that Candice Michelle's there? I mean, she does have experience from WWE. She was in the Diva Search, so she knows 20 years of experience. Rob, what do you think about Candice Michelle going in there?
I think you said it the best. That's random.
Random as fuck.
Random as absolute fuck. But let's see what happens. I don't see any bad in this.
Well, she's kind of like the Gail Kim spot right now, kind of like what Kim was doing.
I was gonna say I think she'll fit really nice into that Gail Kim spot right now. So,
what do you think, Nicola? Candice Michelle getting it?
I think it's okay. Confusing and why, but okay. That's what happens. That's what happens.
I think with Madison Rain too, you also have to remember this was around the time when she was doing the commentary with Josh Matthews. And
suck my dick, you eat, bitch. You was waiting for that, weren't you? I was being nice. I've been too nice today.
So it's one of those things where we had that happen. And we go from everything that went into that and to this wedding. And I will say this, Braxton Sutter at the time, relatively new, coming to the company. I thought it was cool to see him involved in this so quickly because he was just more of like a random X Division guy is how they treated him, which was cool. We needed more talent in the X Division. Like I mentioned with Sienna, I liked her being in this role because Sienna's that great bitch heel, and she plays it so well with her facial expression.
Love Sienna.
Me too. But I thought this whole entire wedding of just everybody out there, it's the true, I confess my love for Allie. I don't care what you say, fire her, do whatever you need to do what you got to do to me. But I love her, and this is who I truly love, and that kiss cemented it all. I thought watching this, like we mentioned, 10 years later, it was perfect for the story. Yeah. It was perfect for everything in life, and it just comes off without a hitch. So, Rob, overall, your thoughts on the story and what we led to with the kiss?
You know what? I am not normally a fan of wedding segments in wrestling, but I think this one was done so well. This is probably one of the top three, at least in the last probably 30, 40 years of wrestling. I enjoyed this segment very much.
I think the last wedding we had before this, like around this time period, I think they did that stupid Goldust Oksana wedding, but Oksana was just there so she can fucking take the money and all that and turn on poor Goldust on friggin' NXT. Like they did some hokey weddings, but this one, I myself didn't know how this was going to go because I understood the assignment of, okay, the rich girl and this evil bitch treating this, her client, her apprentice like shit. But I'm like, well, what we had here, it helped perfectly. It helped elevate the Allie character. She got to showcase her wrestling skills. And, of course, we would see the Allie that we all know and love. As far as Laurel Van Ness goes, Chelsea plays a friggin' drunk, pissed off bride.
You know, the whole time I'm rewatching this, I'm just thinking to myself, too.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, Michael Hayes.
Michael Hayes?
Go fuck yourself.
Like, I agree with you. Yeah. After watching this, it's like, how do you not see how poignant a green woman with the women's title? Because she did after this, remember, the women's title and that feud with Allie. But she goes from this to being the great drunken disgruntled white bride, which I love so much. Didn't wash her feet, didn't do nothing.
Yeah, no, the dress, wasn't it? That dress was fucking awful. It was tear to shit. It was covered in mud, tears, probably blood. Everything possible was on that dress. You know what would have been cool if they'd done Sue Young, the undead bride, and the psycho bitch bride
I
as
like
a team. That would have been fucked up because she's an alcoholic, pissed up bride, and then you got Sue Young, the undead one. I can see that.
my thing too is, and I'll add on to
Oh,
I like that style. I like your style. I mean, if only she had stuck around in 2018. Yeah. My thing too
I'm
is
thinking that. Right?
I like your ideas, man. Yeah, I like your ideas. Even wisdom right there.
Demon wisdom.
Yes, I look at it from a stance like this. You had Laurel Van Ness after this fall in love with Grado, and Grado needed to stay.
Yeah, Grado.
And you had to have Grado stay in the country. So you have him get married to her, and she's all happy. Like, she's all like, I'm back to being Chelsea Green and Laurel Van Ness. I look hot. And then you find out that she's Canadian, and then friggin' poor Grado gets kicked out of the country. So we had that, and then she goes back to being the friggin' crazy one. And out of all the people they put her with, Congo Kong. They put her with Congo Kong.
Of all people.
But I would say her run in TNA for how long it was, the year that it was, she made the most of it. So entertaining. So with that being said, I'll leave it to the lady for the last part. Your thoughts on the Laurel Van Ness character, the 1 year in TNA.
I loved it. I've always been a fan of Chelsea Green. We know that, but I did love, like you said, like the dress, the people she was with after, the screaming every time. She was turning into like a feral beast in a way.
She was.
Like, she wasn't even human at any point either. It was like she was on all fours crawling like she was some demon, which is quite cool as well. But it was the alcohol. It just made me crack up. She'd go into a fight and she'd just like walking down to the ramp with his alcohol, or hidden under a table and just randomly appears from underneath a table like with the bottle.
I mean, we got her and Rosemary at Bound for Glory in that interaction in
Yeah.
the match, which was cool.
But I was glad when she took that dress off, though, to be fair, and she went back to normal, because by that point it was like, Jesus, how much dirt can you put on that dress to make that bad?
Right. And Rob, your thoughts on the 1 year of Chelsea Green as Laurel Van Ness in TNA overall, after watching this and just in general?
Absolutely fantastic. I will always hold Chelsea Green in the upper echelon of women's wrestlers, and anything she does. Michael Hayes, you can go fuck yourself.
That is
You
the
can suck my dick. You can suck my dick, Yeet.
And
Suck my dick, Yeet.
Go fuck yourself. Guys, if you've not watched this wedding segment, we told you the perfect story of love, happiness, and chaos that makes up a wrestling wedding. And we hope you enjoyed our deep dive into this and our wrestling news. We will see y'all next time for some predictions. We have NXT Stand and Deliver coming up. We have our origin story of Sue Young and so much more to really be discussed. And with that being said, we'll leave Robert Davis to discuss some things. Yes, where can we follow you on the and promote it, Rob? Do it up.
You've been sitting for quite a while, Mike. I think you might need to stretch.
All right. It's become a tradition. I do need to stretch. And yeah.
You know, it's uncomfortable, but I know it needs to be done.
Look, man, when it comes to Michael Hayes and the bullshittery that he said and the greatness that we talked about, the character development and the subtleties, intricacies, and nuance of this wedding, Michael Hayes simply put, in the bluntest of terms, you could suck my dick from the back. No, Chris.
I mean,
Sugar Gay? Sugar Gay? I'll tear your ass up.
Shit. Deep into the heart of wrestling. Thank you for watching. We enjoy making this content. We hope you enjoy watching it. You can follow us at linktree/blackheartsebd3. You can find us.
I almost flipped the chair, goddamn it! I almost fell on my ass. That would have been bad. Go ahead, Rob. I'm sorry.
Oh shit! You can find us our Facebook or Instagram, Mike's YouTube, where all our episodes are currently up. This will be episode number 66. You know what episode's next?
6, 7.
So whoever created that fucking 6 and 7 is titties. Fuck off. Suck my dick. Yeet.
We'll make sure to make it a good one. But you can find us on Linktree /blackheartsebd3. If you enjoy this type of format, if you enjoy the review situation, we have another show that I am on that Nico has appeared on. Then Mike does appear on occasionally, kicking it with the TSK. Linktree/TSK all MF and day. And we've got something to say.
Man.
3, 2, 1. Put up the shows, Mo.
You silly hoe. I don't want no scrubs, Mo.
Make him say, But
if
we do review format, we do have a review of AEW Revolution that should be out today, tomorrow, next week. We don't know, but just keep an eye on our YouTube page, Linktree/TSK LMF and Day. And because we're good people, not bad. Well, sometimes we're bad people. We're going to promote them, even though they don't promote us. Max Wrestling.
Someone did today, though.
And
why did it today?
Only because he was on the show today.
Yeah. I know.
But Michael Larkin, tag team champion.
Yes,
myself. I am the international champion of Max Wrestling. The Demoness made her epic return after being gone for a couple of months, to the surprise of everybody except me, because I was recording the promo with her. So you saw the CWO versus Cypher today, and if you want to know how that went down, go watch the show. We'll link that in the bottom there. Go support what the boys are doing on Max Wrestling. If you enjoy promos and that sort of thing, Max Wrestling is where you want to tune into. You can find us there periodically doing promos and character and not in character, just having a good time. That's what this is all about, just having a good motherfucking time. And that's how we do. If you want to follow me, you can find me at Linktree/HamRob. Got some musical projects coming in and out, doing all kinds of cool things. Wrote some music for my buddy DC over there. He's got the Pile Driver Pundit. He's got some episodes coming out. Wrote his intro music, wrote his outro music. Go listen to that. Tell me what you think. Would love to hear your thoughts. If you want your own theme music for your podcast, for your whatever you want interest music to walk into work to, I can help you out. So come find me. If you're a fan of death metal and grindcore music, I sing in a band called Consuming Fire. That's in my link tree. And as well, if you want something that's a little bit less spicy, something a little more chill and relaxed, something that you could maybe sit in the corner and cry in a dark corner.
On that one, my brother. Cheers for life. Cheers, my brother.
Sometimes you have to just sit in the corner and cry, and you don't want to do it in silence. You can go listen to my Ragabee project. Ragabee, it's in my link tree as well. You'll enjoy it. We all enjoy it. I enjoy it. They enjoy it. Mm-hmm. It's enjoyable. Mm-hmm. But Linktree/HamRob.
Well, you can cry and you can just smile. You could go through every emotion. You could go through every emotion within your body. But at the end of the day, too, I will say this. Everybody dies. Oh, yeah. I'm stealing your lines. So with that being said, Nico McDonald, where can we follow you on the social media front?
Well, yeah, as Rob just said, I made a surprise appearance, or Demon S made a surprise appearance. Because the CWO was, Cypher decided to forget that there was 4 people in the CWO. So, yeah, for forgetting me, I kind of came back and gave him like a bit of a yelling. But yeah, if you want to go check that out, go to Max. Demon Esther on
IG.
Instagram. Yeah, I know. Sorry, hang on, it's almost 5 o'clock. My brain's a little bit crumbled now. Joking. My main one will be down there because I still have not learnt it yet. And yeah, if you want to say hi, but beware because the demon is running around again. Just so you're all warned.
Links in the description for the Demon Lady over here, as well as Roberto Davis and all his projects. Speaking of projects, it was a project. It was a hell of a time. Yours truly at Revolution Road, like Robert said, with him and Beer and the International Championship. Yours truly and the son of the Goon, hi Goon, defeated Cypher and the Blade, or as my tag team partner called him, Bunny Rodriguez, to retain the Max Wrestling World Tag Team Championships. It was a fun promo bout. Please go back and watch it from AEW Revolution Road. Hey, well, we know what the friggin' show's about anyway, and it's what it's based off. But Max Wrestling Revolution Road and everything that went into that show, including Rob, and also this week's including Nicola, Rob, and AT Wrestler brother, and his 26 Pythons brother, the 86.
Jeez, that whole fucking show, brother.
So go and watch that because that was a whole lot of fun. If you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, it's S&M Network Shows. We are over 1,520 plus for subscribers. So for that, we thank you for loving what we do. And for those who want to comment, who want to like, subscribe, whatever, even if you disagree with us, we appreciate you, but don't be a fucking asshole, or we got some things to say about you. You can kick rocks. That's what I say. Kick rocks, bitch.
Push pedals.
I love that catchphrase. I actually do. Just kick rocks. Fuck off.
Suck my dick. And if you want to check out On the Mic with Mike, we have a lot of great guests coming on. We got pop culture shows. We actually have for pop culture, I'm really looking forward to this. My girl, Lauren Ceccarelli from LFC and a professional wrestler in her own right. We're actually going to be watching back Speak, one of the early movies of Kirsten Stewart, along with Michael Angarano. Steve Zahn is in it. Really one of the classics from back in the day from 2004. So we're going to really take a deep dive into that. We got the Steve and Mike show. Steve and I are recording on Sunday, so we got some things to talk about. I'm sure he's got some crazy things to say, but also at the end of the day, too, go to sleep and stop going down the rabbit hole, my homie G. I love you, but you need to go get some sleep. For the love of God, do something. Take a nap. Have a cry, but don't. Well, never mind. You know. So do what you need to do. To get into your minds. Check out the LFC podcast. Check out so much more. Deep into the Heart of Wrestling, RWT podcast, and Uncaged. And if you want to follow me, it's SM Show 1 or MCL92, Larkin_92, or MLarkinMB, Instagram and Twitter, both. Y'all, we will see you in the next edition of Deep into the Heart of Wrestling. We got predictions. We got the origin stories of Su Yung. We got so much more. And also, for our next watch-along, since he's going in the Hall of Fame, we are going to be taking a trip back to 2005, and we're going to be watching Lockdown, AJ Styles going one-on-one with the Monster Abyss. So we're taking it back. Let's go, baby. So for Nicola McDonald, for Robert Davis, my name is Michael Larkin. We're going to the yacht. Thank God I didn't fall off the chair.